Hi, I'm Chef Rachel Gooding with McCormick for Chefs, and today we're going to be making an easy dumpling recipe featuring our new Japanese 7-spice and pairing it with an awesome dipping sauce using our Frank's RedHot Stingin honey garlic sauce. Alright, so to start this super simple dipping sauce, we are going to start with our Frank's RedHot Stingin honey garlic sauce, which has got awesome flavors of garlic and honey, a little kick from some Frank's RedHot original. We're gonna take this sauce a little Asian-y with some soy sauce and rice wine vinegar. And to round out all these flavors and bring us the impact that we want, we're gonna add our Japanese 7-spice. Now this spice has nori and orange peel and sesame seed and some more heat. It's actually very hot, so don't use too much of it. You'll notice for this big batch, we only used about a tablespoon. And that is going to hydrate in this sauce, and all those flavors are going to bloom, and it is going to be delicious. So to make our dumpling filling, we're going to start with a pound of ground pork, and to that, we're going to add some minced Napa cabbage, a little shiitake mushrooms, some minced ginger and garlic, and I like to do this on a microplane just because it makes it a little easier on me. And then some slivered scallions, our Japanese 7-spice, which is really going to pack all of the flavor in these delicious dumplings, some salt to amp everything up, a little soy sauce, and some sesame oil to add a little nice toasted note to our finished product. Now I like to use my hands and really get in there, make sure all of my ingredients are evenly distributed throughout the ground meat and our filling. And the 7-spice is going to add some nice heat, a little citrusy note from the orange peel, some umami from the seaweed. It's going to blend all of this really well together. Now we're going to get into actually forming our dumplings. So we've got our nice setup, some damp cloths to make sure our dumpling wrappers aren't going to dry out, our filling with a spoon to portion out our filling, and some water. It's going to take our cornstarchy side. I'm going to wet about 3/4 of this for our first fold. I'm going to take about a tablespoon of filling and just put it directly in the center here. Now for this first fold, we're going to pinch at one end and then kind of pleat it over and just do that all the way around till we reached our end, and then nice pinch it nice and tight. Okay, that's one. Fold 2 is very similar. Again, cornstarchy side, about 3/4 of the way wrapped around. We can still do a tablespoon in here, roughly. Now for this one, I'm gonna pinch it together in the middle, line up those sides, and then with the wet edge, we're gonna pleat both sides. There's one, pinch, 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 and then the other side. And pinch, pinch, pinch. Now for our last fold, it is a little more fun. And I'm going to start with our cornstarchy side down. We're going to fold in 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. Make almost a triangle. Now this one, you can't put as much filling in, so probably closer to a teaspoon, maybe a teaspoon and a half. Because our wrappers are thicker, we can put a little bit more. They've got some stretch to them. Gotta make sure it's all in there. Now we're gonna wet all of the sides. And then we're just gonna close it up like a little purse. Put all 3 sides in. Squeeze them shut. And then we're gonna go back with our thumb and our forefinger, make sure they're dry, and pinch these shut so we get a nice little flurrying effect. I don't know what you'd call it. Ruffles. And then a little pinch for safety at the top. And then you've got your cute little purse. Cooking these dumplings from fresh, but you could just as easily do this from frozen. Honestly, they work a little better from frozen. And just gonna arrange them prettily in our pan. Alright, so now that our steam is all good and you can see the color difference between when we put the lid on and when we're taking the lid off, we're just gonna increase that heat a little bit more to re-crisp the bottoms, and then they should reduce So we're just gonna plate up our super easy Frank's RedHot dipping sauce. So squeezing that in there, you can see all the little bits of our Japanese 7-spice. I'm gonna garnish with a handful of scallions just for some green, featuring all 3 of our folds. Our last one. To garnish this, we're just gonna sprinkle it with a little extra of our Japanese 7-spice so you can see the nori, the sesame seeds. You do want to be careful with this. It is extremely spicy. So there you have it, our Japanese 7-spice Gyoza.